Okay, we're getting there. Hey, yo, we're here. Play a little music for our start. Oh, and I'm playing audio through that. Super cool. What's up, Gray Bush? How you doing today, man? Oh, what is up? Welcome, Airsofters, to the Airsoft live stream, where we talk about Airsoft sometimes. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. I'm just hanging out this week. We had the crew at Bad Blood this past weekend, and then at Three Rivers Paintball Sunday, so it was very busy for the guys who went on trips. But I was here in the office. Any plans for 4th of July? Any barbecues? Where's my invite? Yes and yes. Solid. That would be a long trip for you if I did invite you. That's fair. I'll make it out anyways. No, I don't think I'm gonna do anything anyways. What's up, Honda? How's it going? Talking about 4th of July. Any 4th of July plans? I was invited to a barbecue on Sunday, but I work Sunday. I have off Saturday, like actual 4th of July, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Maybe I'll see if something's going on in like my new neighborhood that I've moved into. I don't know. Found a rare gem I'm getting? What are you getting? Show me. Show it off. Flex it. And it's functional. Now that's a high tail. Ooh, the Tokyo Marui Uzi. Yeah, the Marui one's cool. I have the Marusian Uzi, the AEG, which I HPA'd. And I put the real wood in stock because it's a 1-to-1. So I threw a real wood stock. I think it's not in here right now. But it's pretty cool. No, the Tokyo Marui Uzi is cool. I'm pretty sure it's like similar to the MP7, it's like slightly smaller scale. Like it's not actually 1-to-1 with the real scale Uzi. But I could be wrong. I'd be curious to see the size difference between the TM and the Marusian. But that's pretty cool. I will say though that I thought that we could continue our streak of gaming a little bit on the live because, you know, I have fun with it and I figured, you know, it gives us something to do while people ask questions. Anyone ever play Shiv? Chivalry 2? It's a pretty fun game. Gonna run me 700. Yeesh, yeah. I think I spent $90, but I got the Marusian Uzi with no mags and no internals. It didn't have a gearbox. It was literally just the body. And then a friend of mine 3D printed the gearbox, and then I bought a jack and put a jack in it. So I pretty much spent the money for a jack and then like $90 on top. And then I ended up finding mags on eBay that I bought for like $100 for like 5 mags, which was cool because the Marusian mags are really hard to find. Talking gems, I just got one of my friends TM AK-74U. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. The old TM stuff's really cool, just in general. So, what are your thoughts on boss units? I just bought one and I'm planning using it at future events. I think they're really cool. I think, honestly, power to you for doing it, because at the end of the day, I don't think it gives the player a benefit. It's more of a benefit for everybody else on the field, if that makes sense. Like when you play with it, you're obviously making your sound signature louder, so everyone's going to be hearing you, knowing your location, especially outside. You're going to be able to be identified a lot easier than if you were to go suppressed or something like that. It's going to add a lot more weight onto your rifle, and it's going to be a lot more work keeping it maintained, gassed. It's just an extra additional step to your build. That being said, I think that the actual profile it has on the field, hearing a boss unit off in the distance, having someone run up to you next to you and let off a few rounds through it is really, really cool and immersive. So I think power to you for running one, getting one, and doing that on the field. I think that the more people who do it, the more a lot of these local games or even bigger games just feel more complete. So definitely really cool. As I said, it is harder to run. It's you're putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage, but I think it's really cool system that they've made. So very cool. My local field said I can use it there, which I plan on using it there too. Yeah, I mean local fields is the biggest benefit, I think, because you're taking what is a pretty average airsoft game and stepping it up another level by adding that kind of sound profile. We actually have run them indoors. We ran them at MK's Clarksburg field, and I mean they're really cool. They're sweet. They're loud and fun. So definitely have fun with it. The more people who run them, I think the more fun it'll be on a field. Not a whole lot. Just sitting here watching Ross. Yes, sir. That's a Wednesday for you. Yes, thanks. That was the original box. Only shot it a few times and not fielded. Be nice to get a Marui Mac 10 afterwards once the Uzi gets here. I used to have a Marui Mac 10, and I really, really, really regret selling it. It was a lot of fun to run. It was a great CQB gun. It didn't have much velocity at all. I think it shot almost 200 FPS, maybe sub 200. So when you fired it, you could watch the BBs travel through the air, and I think that was the most fun part. I could just trace them with my eyes because they were moving so slow. Back again. What's up, Bubbles? How's it going? We do have a giveaway up right now on our Instagram. If you go to the page, it is me running around with the Strike Industries shotgun, which is back there in that corner. But we are giving it away in 2 weeks, I want to say. During the live, I'll draw a winner. So definitely make sure you go and enter that giveaway now before I give it away. You can enter up until the giveaway date, but just tag a friend, share it to your story, and make sure you're following us, and we will be drawing a winner next week. So definitely worth doing. All right. If anybody has any airsoft-related questions or other questions otherwise, feel free to ask. In the meantime, I am going to run some Chivalry. Let me first up my audio because it's quiet. We'll go to 20. We'll do the limited mode, team battle. Sure. That shotgun isn't my style, so I hope someone else can enjoy it. Yeah, no, it's a cool shotgun. It's got the gold front end on it. It's the long police version. It's pretty interesting. It is CO2, which is cool. You pop a CO2 12 gram into the stock, which I think is a very interesting design, and then it takes standard shotgun shells. So it's pretty cool. All right, we're doing another week of how bad is Ross at video games, because I've been terrible at video games for a while. I like my shotguns long. I like a short shotgun too. I have the shorties, but I think a long shotgun's a special kind of challenge. It's fun, especially the pump action and everything. It's a bit extra. But like there's something about like a really long gun in CQB I just love. I just love being able to work around corners with a long rifle. It's just like it's the same thing as like I don't know, like even a Springer shotgun or something. Like just the extra challenge added to it is a lot of fun. I'm really digging the giveaway shotgun. What do I have to do to get it beside the normal? Nothing. You buy it. That's the other thing you could do besides the normal. You could just purchase it. That's an option. But yeah, our giveaways are not rigged, all right? We've beat the allegations. We give them away to whoever pulls from my random comment picker. Oh my gosh, how did I whiff that? This guy's... Oh, there's someone on me. He said you have to give me a follow. I don't make the rules. Sure. Free is better. Yeah, true. I mean, hey, I hope you win, Greybush. You haven't won one, have you? I don't think. All right, I might have to turn down this audio actually. Oh, that was friendly fire. All right, let me. It's just a bit loud whenever people get obliterated. All right. Help out my buddy over here. I don't have much mouse movement space over here is what I'm realizing. What is my... I'm forgetting my keys. No, I have not, and I've been here forever. Well, you know, maybe it's your time to win finally. Okay, so that's how I do... Okay, yeah, that's my stab mode. Okay. Oh. That guy threw me off because he was fighting his own team. Okay. Punch him. Get him. Oh, what? When are we getting the group gaming sesh going? When's everyone hopping on? When are we doing the Amped Airsoft Mario Party? I told Bill 9 that's what we gotta do. What's up, Kevin? I see you there. I see you lurking. Okay. What are you saying, Ross? I have a chance, like 1 out of 1,000. There's only maybe 300 or 400 entries in this giveaway right now, so 1 out of 400, it's not terrible. I mean, could be worse. Oh my god, dude. Get... Oh. We're just gonna throw some oil. Oh, okay. Or not. Or not. So just a reminder, we will be at the Lion Claws, the memorial game for Greg Brothers. It is in 2 weeks from now, so not this weekend, which is obviously going to be 4th of July weekend, but next weekend. So that should be fun. I'll be up there personally if anyone wants to come up and say what's up. Oh God. Oh, no. Okay. And then after that, we'll be at 419 by Gun Gamers, Sector 419, by Gun Gamers Productions. And then we'll be at Lion Claws. I'll be there at Lion Claws as well on green. Cool. I don't know what team I'm gonna be yet. It's whatever team they need me on. I think it. I mean, I'd prefer green so I can do my KSK kit, but I'll really do whatever. So you're saying I have a chance? You do have a chance. I mean, everybody's got a chance to win. That's for sure. Why am I getting hit by friendlies now? Oh, come on. Then the TCA event there as well. I was thinking about going to the TCA event. I don't know if I will or not, but I was definitely considering it. Just because the AO's so close, honestly, like more than anything. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I know you were worried, but I'm here now. Thank goodness. GSF Blocker's here, everybody. How are you doing, man? We're just hanging out. We're playing some Chivalry 2 today. We were talking a little bit of Airsoft earlier. How did I miss that? Oh my gosh. I've been going to every event there just because it's close. I may have to be a tent camper or something in my truck. I don't mind camping, but I do like to poop in a normal toilet and take a shower. Yeah, that's fair. Using the porta potty is not the best choice ever. Do you usually camp or do you usually get somewhere to stay up there? I'll be honest with you. Every game I go up to up there, I come back to Pittsburgh. I don't spend the night. I just drive. It's 2 hours. I just drive back the next morning. I'd rather sleep in my own bed and just do the drive because hey, that's how ridiculous I can be sometimes. Come on, come at me. Come at me. Break his armor. Get him. Get him. What? Finally. I have SSG 1401 gears that I need to put in my LCT AKM, but I've been lazy. Yeah, I have a lot of builds that need some work, and I've been really lazy. But I'm going monthly, so I may have to end up figuring it out instead of hotels. Okay, yeah, you're doing hotels. I mean, that makes sense. Camping's not bad. I mean, I've seen plenty of people camp up there. It doesn't look bad, especially if you're, like, staying in, like, a truck or something, like, if you set something up. Normal pooping is nice, but I do like being like a bear and poop in the woods. There's not really a wooded area there, though. Like it is on the prison ground, so you're kind of in you're like almost camping in a parking lot, and then you have a porta potty there. So like, it's not like camping, unfortunately. If it was like woods camping, different story. Like if you could set up a campfire, different story. No, there's no campfire there really. Oh boy, I actually love Airsoft and talking about Airsoft. So do I. That's what I'm here for. Do you have an ETA for when the MTW AK will ship, or will it just be someday this month? We're hoping soon. We're hoping really soon. They have like an order of people that are going in just from like when you ordered, and we were some of the first to order in the first batch. But they're shipping out like some pre-orders they did from IWA and such. So, I mean, as soon as we get them in stock, trust me, I'll update you guys on socials. Everybody who got a pre-order through us will get those. So, MTW AKs will definitely be a big one when we get them in. So I'll keep you guys updated. But I don't know. I brought my LCT RPK 74 to work today. I have a SEMA railed dust cover I'm going to mill out to fit after work today. Oh, nice. I love the railed dust covers. They look nice on the RPK. What just happened? Camping is my second favorite hobby, so I love doing it in tandem with Airsoft. Yeah, no, camping is a lot of fun, and I also enjoy doing it with Airsoft. There is a certain like, limit though to my my ability to not be exhausted after a day, which is why I choose to drive home instead of always play, but. But that's just because I usually end up trying to do way more than like I should, rather than taking like those breaths out on the field, I spend a lot of time, doing cameras, charging things, filming, all that. And it honestly takes a lot of mental power sometimes when on top of it I'm focusing on playing Airsoft. It feels like I'm doing too much. It doesn't make sense to drive 90 minutes one way for a 2-hour gameplay Friday and then 3-hour gameplay on Sunday. More driving time than game time. That's fair. I skipped the gameplay Friday. I'm terrible. I go for Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it depends on the game. Depends on who's organizing it. Depends on the game. I mean, sometimes for a night op Friday, I just don't feel like it's necessary to be there. Especially, like, a lot of them do, like, kind of a more limited numbers night op. Like I know Players Wanted's been doing kind of like a low cap game for the Friday night, and then their main forces for Saturday. It all depends on the event. But I mean, I've been out there for I don't know a handful of games. I've been mainly just playing Saturdays, which sucks on the wallet. I rather they make Sundays longer and cut Fridays. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. The bad thing is for me, I have to travel 3+ hours to play with more than 6 people here in Montana. That does suck, honestly. I mean, that's how it is at a lot of local places, though. I mean, even here in the Pittsburgh area locally, I did not mean to kill my teammate through this guy. There's a lot of fields that are very good. Like, I think they play really well, but there's just, like, not a consistent player base for, like, weekend games. Jeez, this guy really coming at me. Like, I don't know. I just see a lot of times people go to fields and there's just, like, not a lot of local open play players, and then they don't go back to the field because the last time they were there was only, a handful of people. But if nobody goes back to the field, we'll never get more players. It's like it's a vicious cycle in itself. Oh. Oops. I have a pop-up I bring to events now and have a camping shower set up for it so my girlfriend can be spoiled at events. That's really nice, yeah. One of our old coworkers, he built like a whole like bed frame in his like hatchback that he stayed in for events, and honestly, pretty nice. I was jealous. If I had something like that, I would just sleep in it 100%, but I don't know. I also like, seeing my cat and hanging out at my house. I'm a bit of a homebody when it comes to stuff like that. That sucks. Why do organizers do Friday, Saturday, Sunday with 2 short days? I don't understand the concept in having a short Sunday. Why do events do at least 9 to 5? Why not do Sundays 9 to 5? So I think the reason that most events do it is that the typical person works, Monday, and they start work early on Monday. So a lot of people will end up leaving an event early on Sunday anyways. So, and it's more so for the quality of the game. You know, you hate for people to spend money, want to play all day Saturday, and then midway through the day, half of the enemy forces leave, and then it feels a little emptied out. So I think that's the main reason. I do agree, though, that, like, I feel like more people would be fine just playing if they did the day longer. Like, I think it'd be fine to just have less people out there. But I think that's the main reason. I mean, I like events that like kind of let you keep going. Like I think Stag Ops has good system where they do like 24 hours, but then kind of break into like Saturday and a Sunday. They give you a couple hours off. I mean, I like Milsim West, the Constant, but I understand that's not for everybody. Oh, that's my bad, buddy. I don't know. I mean, certain event organizers will do it differently. Some will do Saturdays longer. It really depends on the event organizer. I think doing like a long Friday night into Saturday is fine. I get a lot of people don't want to play overnight too, so it's kind of finding that sweet spot. It's really finding like that event organizer that has a game style that you enjoy and sticking to it. Right, and working 5 days out of the week and finding time for the family is super hard to find time to travel and play. Yeah, I believe that, man. That's crazy that I got team killed despite almost getting back up and killing 2 players. You have to post cat pics now. We have 4. Okay, I can post cat pics. I can post it in the Discord for sure if anyone's in there. If you're in there specifically, since you're the one who's asking. I'm pretty sure you joined the Discord last week. But I can share my cat pics. I'm not a fan of events that have 90-minute to 2-hour breaks multiple times a day. I maybe just 1 2-hour break before night ops. Yeah, I get having a break before night ops for like a night brief, because sometimes there are different safety rules in play. I'll say that I agree. I am not a fan of the breaking up a day into multiples like that. I get why it's done. I prefer for it not to be done. I think it makes a much better experience. I wouldn't even do like a lunch break in the middle of it. I think lunch breaks always kind of break up the pace of a game. That's just me. Yeah, I think that like doing breaks like that is really for the average player, so that players can have a little bit more, time to like reload mags, get ready. It helps with like player dropout. Like if a game has a lot of players dropping out and walking off the field, it kind of gives them like a reset. I think that typically though that can be attributed to other issues. I mean, I think that having long respawns, like long walks to respawn, confusing objectives, stalemates in the gameplay, things like that can get people to kind of go, all right, I'm going to take a break and like walk off the field and stuff. And I think that can kind of cause a lot of like those breaks when you have segmented objectives. You kind of need objectives to flow into each other and create like a dynamic game that drives you to continue playing. Just my 2 cents. I mean, obviously that's not always the case. I mean, sometimes it can be a heat or weather thing. Like if it's too hot, if it starts pouring rain, if it's too cold, people can take breaks and such. Yeah. Nautilus should suffer. Sun goes down, they're on the menu. I agree. I think no break, You break, people without nods go, I'm not going to go out on the night game. I don't have night vision. Leave them out there. Next thing they know, they're looking out the window, it's dark. Uh-oh. I mean, I'm all for it, but If you need a break, you walk off. Shouldn't be shutting down the game. Yeah, I agree. I mean, as I said, it's for team balancing. You have enough people take a break and walk off, and then you have someone who goes, I need to refill a mag or whatever, grab a water, and like actually taking 5 minutes. And as they come off, they see all of their team sitting in lawn chairs in the parking lot. It can be a bit, displeasing as someone who paid to play at a game. So I think that that's the reason why event organizers put in breaks, so that way that doesn't happen. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, you have benefits to it, you have negatives to it. As somebody who falls into that more hardcore milsim-like category of a player who wants it challenging and wants to be on the field for a long time and make those decisions for myself, I think that I prefer having no breaks and just continuous gameplay, but I totally understand alternatively how to do it, like why it's that way. I think also that like if you're going to have continuous gameplay, having it be strongly discouraged, going back to your vehicle is always a benefit. I think like how Milsim West really discourages going, like you can't go back to your vehicle in Milsim West, but like games like AMS, they let you, but it's just kind of discouraged. Like, it's far enough away from the parking lot where you're playing, you don't want to go back to your vehicle anyways. I think that is the preferred way of doing it. Just carrying everything out with you. It makes, ammo and pyro more of a priority to like actually manage and stuff like that. It just adds these elements to the game that I think are a lot of fun in comparison to, how it could be. Because there's a certain, I think, glory to be had when it comes to doing all the work to manage your ammunition and pyro and carry everything out and work on your supplies and everything. And there's also a certain amount of fun to doing like, a constant respawn, resupply, open play. Like it's like playing arcade versus like an Arma like type game, It's just different. I think it's AMS that only has a break on Saturdays near dinner time to get nods, etc. And it's a brief break if I remember right. Yes, that is true. And I think that's fine. If you want to do like a new safety brief for low light, and if you want to get guys with their nods equipped and stuff, and especially like when we've done rentals at events, it makes it a little easier to manage rentals depending. So I get it. I think that like for players who own night vision and carry them around on their kit all day, like that's something I do. I would prefer to just seamlessly go into it, pull it out of my nods bag and run it. But I get the alternative as well. I think that that's a fine way of running it in comparison to doing like every 2 hours, doing lunch breaks, things like that. Back to Vidya, you tourist. No. Don't call me a tourist. 15-minute break before dusk for the Nautilus to lube up. Jesus. Fair enough. I mean, I just think, just keep running in the night game. Like, just keep it going. Because part of my problem is, even as somebody who runs nods and is fine doing a night game, if I walk off the field after being out there for 8 hours, I sit down, I maybe take off a plate carrier, take off my helmet or whatever, and I take a breath, there's a 50% chance I'm not putting it back on and getting back out there. Just because I'm a bit lazy. And that's on me. Like, that's my own fault. That has nothing to do with the event organizers or any other players or anything. That's solely me. But, like, don't give me that option. Don't. Because I'll take it. I will. Having a bunch of breaks makes it feel like open play and not a milsim. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's the energy on the field that changes for sure. Yes, it's definitely a double-edged sword because I'm old and need breaks anymore, but the younger me would just full send it all day. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And even younger players who just aren't as active or like don't play as often, they need a rest. It is a lot to hold your gun up all day. I mean, even like with iPro, like you get to a certain point through a day where if you've been wearing a mask long enough, you're like, I just want to take this thing off. Sometimes you like forget about it and it just becomes like a part of your like a kit, like you're wearing glasses. But I feel like a lot of times I need to breathe. So it can be hard. Especially if you have a game that doesn't have a lot of like breaks and downtime. Like Milsim West can get away with 40 hours continuous because you have a lot of time to sit down, resupply, take a breath, sleep, things like that. So you know, it really depends on your game modes, the AO you're at. There's a lot of factors in play. Like I'll say like the prison AO specifically is a pretty intense AO. There's a lot of active fighting. It's not a lot of breaks. Yeah, I'm in the Discord as Blastmaster. Theta Events likes to do scarce breaks, but too many players are stepping off from attrition, so they've been testing more breaks lately. Yeah, see, I'm curious to see how that works for them, though, and also, yeah, I will send that cat picture into the Discord in a little bit. But I'm curious to see how that works for them, because I think it could go either way, where on one hand, you give players a break, and they, you know, regain their energy, and they come back out, and they play better and harder than before, and the game's way better after the break, right? And it's a lot more fun of an experience. And then you have, on the other hand, where you have someone like me who gets tired sitting down and decides they don't want to go back out on the field because I've already sat down, or they decide, you know, maybe I'm going to take it a little bit easier this time because I'm just, like, out of breath from sitting. Like, my body gets sore after I sit for a bit. So I'd be curious to see if that helps or hurts it. I think that it might unfortunately detract from the gameplay experience taking breaks like that, because as Bubble said, it is definitely one of those things where you feel a little less immersed in the game taking these breaks. So I'm getting sent a thermal scope. I should have it for the Line Claws event coming up. Currently run a LPVO. I'm on the fence. Do I run the thermal during the day or just at night? Running thermals during the day is a mixed bag. I've had it work pretty well, but a big issue that you'll have with a thermal during the day is that everything's relatively warm. So your lines aren't going to be as pronounced. You're not going to have those like really white silhouettes on people. So it can become a bit confusing sometimes. So if you try to solely rely on it, you might actually just miss seeing someone right in front of you. I would run it though. I mean, there's no harm in running it unless you're worried about it getting shot or something like that. I like running them and even like recording on them just because I think it's cool footage. I did an event at Three Rivers Paintball not too long ago where I ran a thermal during the day, so you can take a look at some of that footage and see what I mean by it's just a bit you know, harder to focus on and watch. All right, someone's gonna get hit with an oil pot. Have a good 4th of July, Gary Bush. Be safe, man. Take care. Oh, how did I miss that? Make sure you have enough batteries or infield recharge capability if you're going to run the thermal all day and night. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, personally, what I do, I don't know what thermal you have, but on the Fleur, I run it in standby mode. So basically, it keeps it on, so it doesn't have to do the whole startup menu and everything, but it really saves that battery life. So I run it in standby, and then anytime there's contact, I would flip it over, or if I deemed necessary to flip it over. I typically wouldn't run it as like an actual optic to like fight with, because I point fire in general anyways. So I would typically run it and just shoot fire when I see people, and then if I didn't see anyone, use it as more of an observance device and just kind of scan the wood line, see if anything pops out to me, and then go back to just point firing. So that's how I like to run it, but I mean, you know, it's totally up to your play style at the end of the day. But batteries are definitely a big one to watch out for. Have you tried the new Dying Light game? I have not. I didn't even play the last Dying Light, honestly. I've seen it. I think Dying Light's cool. It wasn't something I ever got into, though. But I'm curious to know if it's worth checking out, because I would. So it hurts to lose the long game tactics due to breaks because they're what we use to our advantage the most. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think that like when an enemy team is tired out and their attrition is down, and that's a goal too when you're playing. You know, part of your goal with applying pressure, doing constant raids, especially in these Milsim format games, is to tire out the enemy team. And then when they're tired, using that to your advantage to take care of, you know, important objectives or landmarks, get good positioning, stuff like that. So making it so the enemy team has time to rest can be a negative because, you know, you're kind of breaking the immersion and breaking the milsim, and that effort you put into tiring them out and doing that footwork is kind of almost lost. But in the same way, it works for your team as well. When you're exhausted, when your team's tired, when you've been pushed from fighting, you finally get a chance to take a break as well. So it goes both ways. I think that for a milsim game, though, you're fine doing like being constant. I think players who are buying those tickets are okay with being constant, especially at a TCA event. I feel like TCA has a crowd that is okay being pushed a little bit harder than a typical Airsoft group for like a milsim light or something like that. These are just my opinions, though, as somebody who plays a decent amount of milsim and casual Airsoft in general, and I want to see the sport be better. I want games to be better. I want people to, you know, want to spend money and go to events, so. Good point, Creston. It's such a tough AO to decide. There's a ton of dark spots, but most gameplay doesn't make sense in that area. Yeah, the thermal will do you a lot in those tunnels, because like night vision, there's not a lot of ambient light for night vision to work off of, but there is a lot of heat sources from people in those tunnels. I will say, though, that like there's not going to be a lot of ambient heat, so you're not going to be able to see the corners of your walls and such like that. It's really going to look more like a liminal space, and then you have these just like heat signatures appear. So definitely useful for scanning and such. You're going to have a hard time, I think, fighting with it. But I would bring it for the tunnels alone, just for that. But I would just make sure you're clicking it on and off, going in and out of those. The ARD company is 3D Ipswork out of Portugal, not Poland, my bad. Oh, I missed your first message. Also, there's a company that makes steel mesh ARDs for a variety of thermals to protect the lens. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure you could, yeah, just 3D print some if you had the file, but if you could order one too, that's always cool, like a honeycomb design or something. It's a thermal that's shaped like an ACOG, so it has to be a primary, hoping to get a mini thermal set sent my way once they're done with it, and I can run an LPVO offset mini pistol thermal. That's cool. I mean, the Fleur is a standalone thermal sight. I ran it on its own. I just hip fire by shooting over. I don't use irons or anything. I just hip fire. I guess I should look into something to protect my lens. I would. I mean, it sucks to get something shot out first time. I've ran the Fleur a few times and have never gotten it shot out. So, you know. Oh, GSF blocker. I missed your other message too. I skipped it and read down to it hurts to lose long game tactics. Additionally, the full scale strats that work at Theta with artillery and vehicles really don't shine until around 4 hours deep into a session where the attrition becomes a real factor. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. The attrition is a part of gameplay in Milsim. I mean, it's why Milsims have rucks. It's why Milsims have these big movements, and they're not just, hey, you guys get in these bunkers, you guys started this tree line, and you're going to fight. Like the attrition, the movement, everything like that is very crucial to a game. So it's sad to see that events are stepping away from that format. I know not all are. That was kind of a oh my God, hang on, I'm getting beat up. That's kind of a wide generalization. It's sad to see that Theta maybe is moving away from that. I'm curious to see how that works out for them. But I know that there are players who are willing to do long games with a lot of attrition. But I mean, equally as much, obviously, there are players who would rather not. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, no. All right, let me send in my cat photo to the Discord real quick. Let me do that. Where's my Discord app? Oh, here it is. I found it. me find a good photo of her. Mercy for no one. Here we go. All right, I sent it into the pets channel, but I guess for those of you who aren't in the Discord, I can show you here on my phone, my cat. Not that it's going to focus very well. But that's Molly. She's very sweet. Anyways, back to this. I'm just going to kick this guy. I'm just going to keep kicking you. Okay. Do you know of any venues with realistic trench setups? I was at Augusta Airsoft not too long ago, and they have a pretty good trench system in the back of their field, but that's the issue, is that it's in the back of their field. I don't know how it is like for general games, but I know that for when we were there, the objectives were more in the town, so we actually didn't get to fight in it. But the trench system looked really impressive, I mean, from what I saw. Am I blue right now? I forgot what team I am. Yeah, I'm blue. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's I think DV8 has some cool trenches in Florida. I saw a video the other day of some people playing at a place that had really cool trenches, but I don't know what happened or where it was. I really want to get like a good trench network near here, because that would be just so much fun. Oh, that was a friendly. Oopsies. What do you think about the SSR 474? Is it better than Arcturus? SSR 74. Oh, the Novrich one? I don't know if it's better than Arcturus. I have not had hands-on the Novrich one. I will say that Arcturus has been really stepping it up, and I've been really impressed with Arcturus rifles, and I would not be disappointed going with that option. I know that most people who do Novrich tend to enjoy his stuff. I'm not too sure who OEMs that, like who the manufacturer is for the one that Novrich has. It could be the same people who do Arcturus. I'm not 100% sure. But I would say you probably won't be going wrong with either. Is there like a big price difference? Would be my main question, I guess. I run the Rattler V1 and have it sighted in for my gun so I can use it reliably to aim. Yeah, I don't aim at all. I mean, even when I have an EOTech or anything that's for aiming, I just don't use it. I don't know why. I just am more of a hip fire person. It just works for me. It's less like time getting sight on picture. So, someone get this armless man. Bro. What's your opinion on Gate Titan and other gates? Gate's great. The Gate Titan is good. I think the Titan 2 and stuff are all good. I don't have a lot of experience with them, honestly, because I have Peruns in my stuff. I've opted for Perun. That was just a personal choice. No reason, really, besides I just wanted something that was a little bit simpler to manage, because I hate doing all the Bluetooth stuff and trying to, like, get my things to work in that regard. But, I mean, it's not hard. It's easy to do. I'm just weird like that. I'd rather just have a plug and play. Yeah, no, Gate's really good. Definitely recommend it. We have some sales on some Gate stuff on our website. If you're looking for like the Gate, the Pulsars or anything, we have some of those. Yeah, they have some cool stuff. The Titans are good for sure. It's around $100 cheaper, which I think is significant. Yeah, it's pretty significant. I'd be curious where that $100 cheaper is going to, since it's really a similar rifle. I don't know. You might want to see if somebody has like I usually go to Reddit for things like that. Sometimes people have like comparisons of the two rifles. I'm not 100% sure because we don't have the Novrich rifles. We don't carry those, so I don't have one to compare to. But I can tell you the Arcturus is good. If you spend the extra $100 to get an Arcturus, you'll be happy with it. As long as I play at Theta Games, I'll be a proponent of long sessions. I think it's more of a temporary compromise until this new slew of players get the endurance to keep going. That's fair. I'm a little bit of like a no compromise person, you know, where it's just like, if it's not the game for you, then it's just not the game for you. But we'll see how it works for him. Do you offer any pre-built drop-in AEG V2 gearboxes? We do. They're not like upgraded V2, like we don't build them out and do them, but when we do our HPA builds, a lot of times we have the gearboxes from the original rifle, and then we sell those at a pretty discounted price. So if you go on our website, you can find complete gearboxes to G&G, to Arcturuses, to Elite Forces, to pretty much a whole like group of rifles, and you just pick them up, drop it right into your V2. Sometimes they come with motors, other parts, but yeah, we offer a lot of them, so definitely check it out. It's built for the 11.1 out of the box. Arcturus recommends 7.4. I would run an 11.1 personally. I mean, Arcturus might recommend a 7.4, but you're gonna get a better, a snappier trigger response out of an 11.1 for sure. It's you know, it's personal preference though. I wouldn't necessarily you know, try both. Really, and see which one you like better is what I would do. Sometimes on an 11.1, it'll like jump and skip, and it can go full auto on semi and do weird things like that. I don't know about the Arcturuses. I haven't seen do that really, but I know like Elite Forces can do that sometimes. So just something to be aware of. But I mean, I personally would run an 11.1 LiPo in most replicas if they can handle it. Zion Arms R15 and Gearbox 1 Poop. I need a decent drop-in replacement. I think we might have a Zion Arms. Let me check. What are these guys yelling? We definitely have V2 gearboxes. I'm not seeing specifically the Zion Arms gearbox, but we definitely have V2 gearboxes. Oh, what just happened? Why did I spawn with a little dagger and just get wrecked? Nomadical Alpha, what's up? I for whatever reason, my computer's not loading the emojis, so it's just two blank boxes, but I think we should go with a archer. We'll go with the crossbowman. It's gonna be my last little game here. Actually, I'm not even gonna finish it before I probably sign off. Sorry, brother was playing some music. I had to take him out. Oh, laugh at me. Oh, this guy's a Chad player. I mean, I gotta give it to him. Is the double bell GP25 good for anything but vibes? Let me take another look at it. It's sick. I mean, vibes 100%. I don't know if it's decent or not. I mean, I've seen people. I mean, it's sweet, to say the very least. I mean, if you're going to run an AK, I say go for it, but it's definitely not the best ever. As far as, like, a weight on an AK, especially like an LCT, you're putting so much weight on your AK. When are y'all going to restock on Polar Star inline filter? I'd assume really soon. We usually do Polar Star restocks pretty frequently. I can confirm... after this, if you want to shoot us a DM, I can respond to you there. But I would assume probably pretty soon. We restock Polar Star pretty frequently, usually monthly. So keep an eye out for it. Oh, I'm just whiffing. Oh, geez, man. Not cool, man. Not cool. Let's get up here. Oh, what the heck? Woo! We dipping and dodging. We moving. Alright, not loaded. That's wrong. Help me. Yeah. Get him. I see current praise for the DB GP25, but older reviews rate it below other brands. Now that it's the only one available, the current praise feels like cope. That's totally valid. I wouldn't be surprised. I will say though that I mean, you know, they're cool regardless. I mean, whether it's very great or not, it's gonna you know, probably shoot something out of it. So it looks cool. I'll say that much. All right. That's enough of that. Let me do my closing remarks, guys. Any last questions? As I rattle these off, get them in. But we are going to be at Lion Claws, the FUGB Memorial Game, hosted by Lion Claws at the Crescent Prison in Lilly, PA. That is July 10th to the 12th. Definitely come on out and say what's up. We will be at Gun Gamers Assault on Sector 419, July 18th. So definitely go out to that one and say what's up. And then we will be at American Milsim Iron Horse 8 in Perry, Georgia, July 25th to 26th. Come out to that one and also say what's up. And if you need anything pre-ordered, anything delivered on site, you can do pre-orders. Just type the event name into your shipping area for event pickup, and we will have them on site for you to pick up at the trailer. That is our July schedule. We'll be at Hidden Ward 2 in August. And yeah, looking forward to some events. Excited to see everybody out there. If you see me at Lion Claws, say what's up. I might be out at some of the other future events, but we'll definitely have the team out there with the trailer. So definitely see what's up. Dude, like, I want you dead so bad. Yeah, I know. I'm like half paying attention in these games too. I swear I'm a better gamer than I am, but every time I game on the live, I play really bad and everyone has to watch it. So I think it's because I'm like going back and forth between like chat comments and talking and playing that I have a hard time sometimes, but I'm getting better. We'll get there, all right? Please leave in the Discord any recommendations for next week's game. Thanks for doing this. Of course, Stat Airsoft Dude. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., we go live for an hour. I chat, I hang out. Sometimes I watch Airsoft videos. Sometimes I play video games. Sometimes we just talk about Airsoft. Sometimes I have guests. You know, we have different things. But yeah, every week, 1 p.m., we have the giveaway going on currently on our Instagram. It's for the Strike Industries shotgun. Go ahead and share that, tag a friend, make sure you're following us, and I'll be giving that away on the live as well in about 2 weeks. I'll be doing that giveaway. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next week for our lunchtime live. Thanks for tuning in today. Later.